Boom, I'm in the room. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to Everyday Conversations regarding mental health. Now, you're here because there's nothing on the telly. And I'm coming to you live from the old Heale Manor, and I'm your host, Lord Heale. Now, this channel's all about mental health, taking the stigma out of it, and trying to give help where we can. Now, I'm having a little bit of trouble, so you might need to bear with us. My guest tonight, we're having a little bit of a difficulties with the connection. It may drop out. If it does, then I'll pop back in and have a chat. So we're going to have a little bit of a look at surviving childhood and living with a narcissist. So without too much further ado, just bear with me on this. It may or may not come straight in. So here's my guest. No, hang on. Let me just get him back in. Boom, there you are.
There we go.
Ahmed, good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good morning, good evening.
So we're having a bit of a challenge. You're looking better.
I switched over to top, so it should be better now.
Happy days. Brilliant. So, Ahmed, you're going to tell us a little bit about how you survived your childhood and growing up with a narcissist. So, let me put you into the scene. I might have to do a quick switch. But stick with it.
All right.
So there you go. I found you on the screen. So if you can tell us a little bit about how you grew up, where you grew up, and then we'll take it from there.
All right. Well, thank you, Tim. Grew up here in Southern California, born and raised my whole life. The son of an immigrant from the Middle East, and grew up working in the family business, which was a gas station. You know, I worked many years as as an attendant and a cashier, and took me 7.5 years to go to college. Just due to the fact I was working so many hours every week. I was working 50 to 60 hours per week, 6 or 7 days a week. So it made it very difficult for me to finish college in a timely manner. And after I finished college, I started a career in commercial real estate. But nonetheless, growing up the son of an immigrant and the son of a very successful man, had its challenges. My father was very narcissistic, very controlling. So it did not allow very much to develop your own personal sense of identity or purpose at a young age. It made it very hard to do that, and it didn't happen until much later in my life, unlike many other people who get to develop that sense of purpose and identity much earlier in their life.
Wow. Right. It's done it again. Give us a second. We'll get you back in.
Okay.
Boom. There you go. You're in.
Good.
So, son of an immigrant. Whereabouts where were you born? Were you born?
Yes, I was born here in Southern California, outside of Los Angeles.
And where did your dad come from?
My father was Syrian, so he was born and raised in Damascus, Syria.
And do you speak Arabic?
Just a little. My
Salam
parents
alaikum.
divorced. Alaikum salam. Thank you.
I've done a little bit in the Middle East and around that area, so I picked up a few phrases. One of the main ones when you're walking through a souk is emshi, la, emshi.
Yeah.
If anybody doesn't know what that is, that's no, thank you, go away.
Yeah.
So a very important one to pick up on.
Yeah,
So
for
growing
sure.
up in Southern California, so you never saw rain.
Very, very seldom. Maybe
Mm,
about 3 days a year.
yeah. So it never rains
Uh,
in Southern California.
hmm
So growing
It's
up
a great.
there, so what was it like with your father being so controlling? What was the aspect of his control?
I think it was more like do as I say. Let me put you on a path that is best for you, uh, according to him. So you do the right thing in life and not the wrong thing, according to him. So very controlling about just all aspects, whether it's uh, career or personality or ambitions. It wasn't really your career ambitions or personality. It's all about their career or ambitions or
Mm,
personality. So it took a very long time for you to develop a true sense of self.
yeah.
And if you don't take a moment to realize that, you may never develop that.
So did he control who you saw, when you saw them, and when did it really start? When did you notice that he was that controlling of your life?
Not until my 40s.
Oh, grief. So
Yeah.
you had to put up with it for a long time. What was the
Yeah.
catalyst that finally pushed you over the edge? To
Uh, I think what the catalyst was when he passed away. And I took a step back to reevaluate myself and my life, and realized I was doing things on his behalf and not mine.
mm.
So it wasn't until I looked at myself in a third person from a third person to realize that I was not living a life on my own terms. I was living on everyone else's.
So what did you do? What 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 what? I mean, once you realised that you was living other people's lives that they wanted you to live,
hmm
how did you change?
I started saying no.
That
First thing
works.
was start saying no to the things that I was not interested in, or I
Mm.
didn't want to be involved in, or I didn't want to do, I didn't want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Finally, decided to, you know, live life on my own terms, and being able to say no as someone who grew up under the guidance of a narcissist is extremely hard,
I'd
right?
imagine so, because
Yeah.
I guess
So I
I
did,
guess all you've had to do is just bow and scrape and say yes all the time, and I guess that rubs onto from other people want to
right,
control you.
100%. So it wasn't an overnight thing, but it took time,
Yeah.
little by little, to get
So
there.
where are you now? How is your life now?
Um, Definitely different. Still adjusting. Still uh, figuring things out. What I want versus what I don't want. What was imprinted in me and what was not imprinted into me, and making those corrections as I go. Better to figure it out now than never.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, do you have children?
No kids. Yeah.
No kids yet.
No kids.
So you've not been able to sort of pass on that to them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I guess
So
that's
not.
a positive.
It would be. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. So what would your advice be to anybody that's being controlled?
Um, I would say understand that you have a lot more success and ability in yourself than you have been told you have. Right? Look at
Hmm.
yourself from a third person's perspective, and then really understand. where you are, who you are, what you've done, what you've accomplished, and realize that you have done this and not someone else on your behalf. Someone else did not get you through college. Someone else did not get you a job. Someone else did not, you know, get you to where you are,
Mm.
i.e., the narcissist. You actually did that yourself. So if you can realize that this is all on you, and all the success and all the accomplishments are on your shoulders and not someone else's shoulders, you will start to realize how powerful and strong you really are.
That's a very powerful message there.
Yeah.
I guess the hardest part is realizing or coming to an understanding that you are being controlled.
Yeah.
And if you've had it right from an early age, you don't know a lot of difference.
You won't know at all. Yeah.
So I mean, it took you until your 40s to realise that you've been
Yeah.
controlled all those years.
hmm And this is where comparison should come into play,
Mm.
where you can start comparing your life or your opportunities or your decision making to other people, because this is where you can see, hey, other people are living life on their own terms, so can I.
Yeah,
That's and comparison, you should not be comparing yourself with other people, but this is one of those instances that you should.
definitely. I mean, I guess you see other people and the way that they live and the way that they make their own decisions about what they do with their lives, what they do. I mean, particularly if you're when you get to the stage of leaving high school and going to college
hmm
and having to make a decision of what you want to go and do, as opposed to
yes.
being told what you want to go and do. So
Yeah.
many kids are told that they will be a lawyer or they will be a doctor and pushed into that route when all they want to do is be a mechanic or a builder, but they're being pushed by parents into to doing something
Yeah.
that they really haven't got the heart to do. So how did you do at college then? What courses did you take? And
Well,
did your father dictate what you did?
yeah, to a certain extent, yes, he did. He didn't tell me what courses to follow, but you felt like you had to follow a business path like him to make him happy, because you were expected to work in the family business. You were expected to work for him. I came home one day after doing very well in some law courses I was taking, and I told him I was interested in being a lawyer. And that was shot down. I
Mm.
was not even allowed to consider that because he's had so many poor experiences with attorneys that he would not allow his son to be an attorney because of the his experiences with attorneys in the past. So then, my desire to become an attorney was shot down
Mm.
because of his experiences, not mine. Even though I was doing very well in those classes, I was excelling and I really enjoyed it.
So so what did he push you into then?
Uh, just general business, as long as it was something that he was not against. So I was more of finance and financial and real estate type business courses I took, as
And
long as he was not against it. Yeah.
yeah, and did you put your heart and soul in it?
I did to a certain extent. I did fairly well, but I also always wanted to become a pilot. That was my dream. And when I told him that, he shot that down as well. And that was kind
Mm.
of, never came up again. Instead of encouraging me and helping me and guiding me to become a pilot,
So
he
you
didn't want
didn't
that.
push you towards the military then?
No, he pushed me back to the family business where he wanted me to be.
Mm.
Yeah.
And did you take over the family business after he died?
I did, yes.
And is that what you're doing nowadays?
I am, yes.
So he was kind of left a legacy then.
He did, but there was a lot of things in the business that needed to be fixed, for sure.
Mm.
That I'm still fixing.
So
Yeah, wasn't done right.
you're happy now that you're able to steer the business in the way that you want to take it.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, it's we're growing, we're expanding. It's really good. I'm enjoying it. Um, it's a good balance now versus very unbalanced in the past.
Mm.
Yeah.
And when did your father leave the business? When did he?
Um, I've been running the business since 2009, but he passed in 2019.
All right. Did he
So
still have
no,
a hand in it
yeah,
those 10 years? Kept
100%
poking
yes.
his get poking
Oh
his
yeah.
nose in.
Oh yeah. Lots of fights, lots of arguments.
So
Yeah.
so you've been running the business for the last 20 years. So
Yes, for sure.
what? I mean, how did you deal with him after he'd sort of stepped back but didn't?
He didn't really step back. I was just running the whole operations, and he would still dictate my courses of action.
Hmm.
I was essentially a foot soldier, really, even though I did everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've
Yeah.
we've had a few comments coming in here. Many congratulations on pulling that business around. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, thanks, Katie. So yeah, so take strength from it. I mean, sounds like you've now got yourself on a path that you want to follow, as opposed to
Uh,
having one forced on you.
Very much so. Yeah, I am now living life on my own terms, doing what I want to do, saying no to what I don't want to do, and saying yes to what I do want to do.
Mm.
And the more you do that, the more you find people who accept that in you, and those are the kind of people you want to be around,
Yeah.
right? So they accept your true self and not your fake self.
So what about learning to fly? Is that
Yep.
still an ambition?
Yeah, I think so. I'm moving to a new neighborhood pretty soon. There's a small airport close by, so I think that is back on the agenda for sure. Looking forward to it.
And yeah, so what sort of aircraft are you looking at flying? Sort of little Cessnas
I
or
think for the time being, yeah, to get started, and then maybe if I have the time and the ability to continue to move up from there, just
mm,
enjoy it. Yeah.
yeah. Any desires to become a commercial flyer?
I would love of to do that if I was younger, but now that I'm a bit older, I think I'm a little bit too comfortable and not really looking forward to the strenuous life of overnights and being away from home and stuff like that at my age.
Mm,
If I was younger, I would have been totally fine with it, but now it's a little bit different.
yeah.
But it would have been
Just go
great though,
and
for sure.
fly for pleasure.
Yeah, I think that's it now.
Sounds like a good scheme to me.
Yeah,
So,
I think so.
have you got any other ambitions that you want to take up that
Not
you can
really,
now?
you know. Yeah, no, just just have experiences now. Don't have a scarcity mindset that you should not be doing things like you were taught. Now it's more of an abundance mindset, and go have those experiences. Go make those memories. Go do those things that you would have said no to before, but now you say yes to. Things that make you uncomfortable, but now you say yes to it and you try it out and you realize it was a great experience and you're glad you did it.
That's sound advice.
Yeah.
Absolute sound advice. So, Ahmed, I wish you well for the future.
Thank you, Tim.
It
Appreciate it. You
sounds
too, sir.
like that you've managed to turn it around, and you've learnt to say no, and you're doing what you want to do. You're running the
I am.
business how you want to run it.
Yeah.
And
And it's doing well.
hope it continues to make a great success.
Thank you.
So there you go. You can overcome living with a narcissist. And it's important that you realise that you're being controlled from an early age. And once you've realised that, then you have the power then to be able to do something about it. So that's it for this week. Next week, I'm hoping to have a guest on. I've got one in the pipeline. Hopefully we're going to be talking a little bit more about what we were talking about last week, which was veteran suicide. So I wish you all have a good week, and I will catch up with you next week. So until then, TTFN, ta-ta for now.